Hey Ryu, did you know that baseball grew in Brazil with the first Japanese immigrants in the early 20th century?
Serious? How was that?
The first Japanese immigrants who came to work on the farms brought their passion for baseball, which had already been a very popular sport in Japan since the Meiji Revolution at the end of the 19th century, as I already told you. Here in Brazil, they saw baseball as a way to maintain their traditions and bring the community together, especially after a hard day at work.
Was it a form of fraternization?
Yes, but little by little the sport grew in the Japanese colonies, especially in Sao Paulo and Paraná. Farms became centers where baseball was played, then over time baseball clubs emerged.
What about the equipment?
They improvised at first, but over time baseball became more and more organized. For example, the first baseball championship was in 1936 in the city of Sao Paulo and had teams such as Bastos, Paraguaçu Paulista, Sao Paulo, and Tietê. The Nippac newspaper began financing from the 3rd edition onwards and continued until the 6th edition in 1941, but then with the Second World War and Japan's entry into the conflict the Japanese associations were closed and the championship stopped.
Wow, how tough. And did baseball grow again after the war?
Yes, the construction of the Bom Retiro Municipal Baseball Stadium was a milestone, being the first public field in Latin America. Furthermore, several Japanese companies that came to Brazil after the war helped to modernize the baseball that was already played in the country.
Oh, that's nice.
There are countless examples like Canibo from São José dos Campos, Howa from Mogi das Cruzes and Tozan from Campinas. The employees of these companies who came to Brazil after the war brought with them a more advanced and technical style, in line with what was already practiced in Japan at the time, influencing the development of the sport in the colonies.
And there are still a lot of Japanese Brazilians playing baseball, right?
Yes, Ryu, baseball has become a way of maintaining traditions and promoting coexistence between the Japanese and their descendants, creating a sense of belonging and identity.
And who organizes these baseball meetings?
As I said, baseball in Brazil is well organized with several entities representing the sport. The main one is the Brazilian Baseball and Softball Confederation. There are also state federations, such as the Sao Paulo Baseball and Softball Federation, which are quite traditional due to the influence of the Japanese community in the region. Furthermore, baseball in Brazil has already reached a level where it is exporting players even to the United States.
Serious? To the birthplace of baseball?
Yes, Ryu, for both MLB and MILB.
MLB, MILB, political parties?
Ha ha ha, no Ryu, they are Major League and Minor League Baseball in the United States.
Like our soccer, A Series and B Series?
Almost but not quite. MLB or Major League Baseball is the major baseball league in the United States, the highest level. The MILB or Minor League Baseball is made up of several smaller leagues, where players will develop and try to move up to the MLB.
Like an internship, so they intern before becoming professionals in the MLB?
Sort of. Paulo Orlando as outfielder, Yen Gomez as catcher and pitchers Andre Rienzo, Thiago Vieira and Luiz Gohara have already gone to MLB.
Wow, these guys reached the top, right?
They showed that it is possible to get there and make history, and they tried very hard to do so. Furthermore, they inspired several other Brazilians who continue to fight in MILB, such as outfielders Gabriel Maciel and Vitor Moscai and pitchers Heitor Tokar, Eric Pardinho, Christian Pedrell and Rafael Ohashi. And there's Bo Takahashi, a pitcher who after a period at MILB went to the Saitama Cebu Lions of the NPB, Japan's professional baseball league.
Wow, it's hard to imagine how hard they strive to get to the top.
Exactly, and they must continue like this until the maximum consecration of their careers as professionals, and they will certainly be great achievements not only for them but for sport in Brazil.
So I can only say one thing to all of them from the bottom of my heart. Ganbatte.